Hello dear students, how are you all? Hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine and hope you are doing well sitting at home and you are studying seriously. And once again let me introduce myself. I am Mohammad Atar Islam Manik, lecturer, Department of English, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. And from the very beginning you have been passing your time sitting at home due to COVID-19. Because we cannot go out for safety reason, and that's why we are to stay home. But as we are students, we cannot waste our valuable time. We have to study seriously, and for this reason we are trying our level best to keep you engaged, so that you can continue studies through online. And we cannot but continue our studies through online. We have to continue using online because it's the best way to continue study. We cannot go to institutions. So dear students, again and again we come to online and take your classes so that you can be benefited. Now, once again I welcome you to my today's online class, and today my class is on a very important topic, and it is renewable energy. That means the energy we can use again and again, and it is very important for your coming examinations. So if you watch my lecture carefully, you will be benefited. First of all, let me tell you some important words, that is key words of the passage. Before starting the passage, we will learn some important words. Let's start. So first of all, look at the unit 11, lesson 3. That is the name of the unit, renewable energy. Renewable energy means the energy that we can use again and again. That means we can reuse. That is called renewable energy. So first of all, we will have some keywords. Have a look. Rely. You know, rely means depend on. Depend on. And expensive. Second word, expensive. The meaning is costly. Expensive, costly. Damaging. That is destructive. Damaging means destructive. And then we have polluting. That is contaminating. These are the keywords. You have to learn all these words very carefully, because if you learn all these keywords, it will be very easy for you to understand the passage carefully, and then you will be able to answer all the questions easily. So learn the keywords first. The polluting means contaminating, and then we have resource. Resource means wealth. Wealth. Global means worldwide. That means the thing we use all over the world. That is called global, worldwide. Warming, that means rising temperature, or we can say hot temperature. That is called warming. And then replenished, very important word. Replenished means replaced or reload. Remember this thing? Replenished means replaced or reload. And then we have generating. Generating means producing. That means production. Generating means producing or production. And we have capture. Capture means catch. That we catch, capture. Then we have evaporate. That means vaporize or melt away. Or we can say went away, like this. Then we have impact, effect. These are the important words of the passage today we are going to learn. So dear students, once again I want to mention one thing. First of all, learn these important words carefully and try to remember these words. And then whenever we will study our passage or scene comprehension, then you will easily understand what they are and what about the passage. And after discussing the passage, we will talk about some important points. We will talk about some important questions as well. So let us start the passage. First of all, we will read out the passage carefully, and then we will answer some short questions. So dear students, read out the passage attentively first. Now start. So have a look. Countries of the world rely heavily on petroleum, coal and natural gas for their energy sources. That means the countries of the world depend on the energy sources like petroleum, coal and natural gas. we must depend on these sources, because to run any kind of machine or anything, we must need all these things. We depend on them. That's why here we say that we depend on them. And there are two major types of energy sources. They are renewable energy and non-renewable energy. And I mentioned earlier, renewable energy means the energy that we can use again and again, that means we can reuse, that is renewable energy. This is very important. We can reuse the energy. The renewable means that we can reuse, and non-renewable energy means the energy that we cannot reuse. That means one-time use. That is called non-renewable energy. Then we have hydrocarbon or fossil fuels are non-renewable sources of energy. That means hydrocarbon or fossil fuels are non-renewable energy sources, and that's why we cannot reuse them. We cannot reuse fossil fuels or hydrocarbon. That's why these are non-renewable sources of energy. Reliance on them poses a real big problem. That means if we depend on these two sources, it will be a very big problem for us, because we cannot reuse them, because today or tomorrow they will run out and they will be finished. That's why we cannot depend on them. First of all, fossil fuels such as oil, coal, gas, etc. are finite energy sources. Finite, that means limited. Finite means limited. And the world eventually will run out of them. Run out means finish. So, what we said, first of all, fossil fuels like oil, coal and natural gas are finite sources. That means they are limited. One day they will be finished. That means they will run out of them. We will not be able to get them easily one day. So, and then secondly, they will become too expensive. Expensive means costly. I mentioned earlier in the keywords, I wrote that expensive means costly. So they will become too expensive in the coming decade. That means time ahead coming. They will be very expensive and too damaging for the environment, because damaging means destructive. So these energy will be very expensive, that we won't be able to afford them, because one day they will be very expensive. That's why we won't be able to afford them to buy all these things, and they will be very damaging for the environment, because it is very destructive. It is very harmful for the environment. It will create environment pollution. That's why we mentioned that they will be damaging for the environment. And then thirdly, fossil fuels have direct polluting impacts. Impacts means effect on Earth's environment, causing global warming. That means if we use fossil fuels, then it will create environment pollution. That means they have direct polluting elements. These elements will create environment pollution. That's why this is very destructive or damaging for the environment. And then in contrast, that means on the other hand, in contrast means we can say on the other hand, renewable energy sources such as wind and solar energy constantly and naturally replenished. I mentioned earlier, the word replenished is a very important word. It means replaced. Replenishment, that means replaced and never run out. That means the renewable energy, wind and solar energy will never run out. That means will never be finished, and it will be replaced by another one. So in comparing these two types of energy, we can say that renewable energy is very safe for us, is very important for us. If we want to stay healthy, if we want to remain healthy, we have to search for renewable energy sources, and we have to reduce using non-renewable energy sources. So most renewable energy comes either directly or indirectly from the sun. That means most of the renewable energy we get directly or indirectly from the sun. It means sun is the main source of energy. So sunlight or solar energy can be used for heating and lighting homes, for generating. Generating means producing. I mentioned earlier. Generating means producing electricity, and for other commercial and industrial uses. That means business purpose. That means sunlight or solar energy can be used. We can use this sunlight or solar energy for lighting our home or heating our homes, and for generating electricity. That means for producing electricity, and also for commercial or business purposes. We can use this energy for all these things. So the sun's heat drives the wind, and this wind energy can be captured with wind turbines to produce electricity. That means sun's heat drives the wind, and that's means where, and this wind energy can be catch or caught. We can say captured means caught. Can be caught with wind turbines to produce electricity. That means this sun's heat can be captured or can be caught so that we can produce electricity. That means to produce electricity we can use sun's heat. And then the wind and the sun's heat cause water to evaporate. That means stream. So this wind and sun's heat cause water. That means water will turn into vapor, and when the water vapor turns into rain or snow and flows downhill into rivers and or streams, its energy can be captured as hydroelectric energy. That means, so first of all, using wind and sun's heat, the water will turn into vapor, and then this water vapor will turn or transfer into rain or snow, and then this rain or snow will fall down into the river or stream or lake or pond, and then its energy we can use for producing hydroelectric energy. So this is all about today's class. So dear students, once again you read out the passage carefully at home, and then try to understand the meaning first. If you understand the meaning, then you will easily be able to solve the following questions now, and then we will practice some questions. Now we will practice some MCQ or multiple choice question. Dear students, for your practice, after reading the passage carefully, you will be able to solve these problems easily. So now let's start. So first of all, for the question, we have to face question like this. Have a look. Choose the best answer from the alternatives. That means we will have 4 alternatives. We have to choose the right one. That means we will be given four options. We have to select one. And for this, to solve these things, it is very important to know the meaning of the words or meaning of the passage, and then meaning of the given words we have to understand. So for understanding the meaning properly, we have to read out the passage again and again. And it's better before reading out the passage, it's better you read out the question first. So it's my suggestion for you, before reading out the passage, first of all read out the question, and then read out the passage and try to remember what the question is, and try to find out the answer as well. So now, number 1, the sun is responsible. That means the question is, the sun for responsible is for what? That means the sun is responsible for what? We have to find out. There are 4 options. That means for the destruction of the world. That means, for the damage of the world. Is it right? No, because sun cannot be used for destruction of the world. And to cause evaporation of seawater, we have, yes, this is the correct answer, because we have read out in the passage that the sun's light is used for evaporate the water. That means it is the right answer. Then we have for our environment pollution, for our many difficulties. So, and these 3 cannot be the right answer, because the sun is responsible for evaporation of our seawater. So this is the right answer. So from this alternative we have to select the right one. And then number 2, which source of energy is cost effective? That means we have to find out the correct one. That means there are 4 options. Number 1, natural gas, hydrocarbon, petroleum, and then solar energy. So definitely the answer is solar energy, because these 3, natural gas, hydrocarbon, and petroleum, these are very costly. We mentioned in our passage, these are very costly. So cost effective is solar energy. So then we have number 3, the word captured. I mentioned earlier, captured means catch. That means kind of trap. We have to collect. We have to collect the heat or energy. So in the passage, the best replace means, so the similar word. For understanding this thing, we have to understand the synonym first. That means that we have to know the similar words or synonym. So capture, similarly, have a look. Imprisons. You know, imprison, arrested, encapsulated. These 3 words are similar word. So these 3 words meaning same, and the different meaning is here, trapped. So it is the right answer. So one more important thing, and if you see 3 words have similar meaning. Imprisons, that means remain under the prison. Prison means remain under the prison. That means or under custody. That is called imprison. Then arrested is the same meaning. Encapsulated, the same meaning here. So we will have only one different meaning, and that is trapped. So we have to find out this thing as well. So, we will be given 4 options, and from these 4 options we will try to find out 3 options having similar meanings. So those words who have similar meaning cannot be the right answer. The single word which has different meaning, this is the right answer. So find out these things. And then the phrase run out means have a look, start, that means beginning, and there is also beginning. So these are similar word, and pause means just means stop in somewhere. So this thing is similar thing, and I mentioned earlier run out means finish. So this is the right answer. That means these are very easy things if we understand the passage. So dear students, I hope that you understand the passage very easily, and this is very important for your coming examination. I hope you will study at home again and again, and then you will practice from your textbook, from your prescribed or books. You will practice a lot. For doing well, you must practice. There is no alternative. So dear students, again read out the passage carefully, and then practice at least 20 more MCQs or multiple choice from your books, and then you will do better. Hope for the best, and hopefully we will meet you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.